One of the best parts about living in Moscow, Idaho is the unique type of natural beauty in the area. We've got great view hikes and evergreen paths just outside of town, but what do you get in town? Today we're breaking out the map again and talking about all the nature paths that are actually in Moscow, Idaho. For each, I'll show you where it sits, the surfaces you can expect, and what the vibe is. If you're new to the channel, you couldn't be in a better place to learn about Moscow. I'm Chris Carpenter, I live in Moscow, and I've been here for over a decade. Professionally, I'm a real estate agent, so learning about the Moscow area and its people is what I do all day long. If you watched much of the channel, you know one of the biggest recreational activities in the area is cycling. We've got a great path that's a continuous 24 miles and passes right through. So let's start with that one. On the west side of Moscow, this path is called the Chipman Trail. The Chipman Trail starts around here, and it actually has a path that goes all the way west out to Pullman. As the path winds through Moscow, it's called the Paradise Path, and it follows along the highway. Not exactly, there's a good level of separation, but through this segment of Moscow, it's called the Paradise Path. And then the path actually continues all the way out east to Troy, and it continues along the highway again with a good level of separation, and that is called the Latah Trail. This one is fully paved the entire way. You get gentle grades, benches, and creekside portions of the path. It's great for bikes, runs, walks, and strollers. Paradise Path is approximately 1.5 miles long, and it actually passes right through the U of I campus. Then there's the U of I Arboretum, which is kind of another Moscow postcard location. And looking at the map, you'll find that over here on the southwest side of Moscow, south of campus, right here. Here, you get 63 acres of gravel and dirt loops around ponds and themed gardens with gentle hills. Expect shade, seasonal color, and frequent wildlife sightings. It's absolutely stunning in the fall, so if you're visiting or looking for a good fall activity, you can't go wrong with the Arboretum. That's the main Arboretum, and whenever we mention the main one in our videos, you know we're going to mention the old Arboretum too, which is less known to a lot of people. Where the main Arboretum is here, you'll find the old Arboretum just north right here. The old Arboretum has about 1 to 2 miles of dirt paths under mature conifers with a cool, dense canopy. Also very pretty in the fall and a great place to go for a shady hike in the summer. Next, over on the east side of town is Heron's Hideout, which you'll find over here. And the path on this one starts at the cul-de-sac on the south end of Meadow Street and winds along Paradise Creek out to Mountain View Road here. Heron's Hideout is a flat, paved, quarter-mile or less walk along Paradise Creek with a small wildlife viewing spot. This one is a great place in spring and fall. At this particular spot along Paradise Creek, the water flows slowly and creates a wetland. I don't think I've ever been there without seeing ducks, other birds, or beavers. If we go just a little more north, we'll come to the Joseph Ball Fields in our next path. This one winds around the north edge of the Joseph Ball Fields, and it actually connects to Meadow Street here, or you can take it all the way around the Joseph Ball Fields this way. This is a great neighborhood path. I often see people just walking laps around this area. This one's called the Carol Ryrie Brink Nature Path, and it's about 1/4 mile of mixed paved and dirt path along Paradise Creek with a few benches and a great spot to spot some wildlife. This next one is on the northeast side of Moscow, and it connects Mountain View Park, which is here, down to Kiwanis Park, which is here, and the path goes along here. This is a 1/2 to 3/4 mile paved path that connects Mountain View Park with Kiwanis Park. The path itself is shaded, super pleasant in summer, and you'll probably see some ducks. If you're at Mountain View Park already, it's worth walking for sure. Most of these paths are missing one thing, which is views. And if that's what you're looking for, there's one place you can go to find some really good views of Moscow Mountain and farm fields. A little south from where we just were, you'll find Water Tower Park in the Rolling Hills neighborhood, which we did a video on if you're interested in learning more about that neighborhood, but you'll find Water Tower Park right here. This one's not super well known. There's not a ton of path to stroll, maybe a quarter mile or so, gravel and dirt loop with short climbs circling the historic water tower. And let me tell you, sunrise is prime time for this one. Absolutely gorgeous views of Moscow Mountain and farm fields. For more Palouse views, you can go to the opposite side of town. On the west side of town, over here behind Robinson Mobile Home Park, there are some more great paths with great views. I don't think this one has a name, at least that I've heard of. It's 2 to 3 miles of dirt tracks on a quiet ridgetop. This one is interesting because public use occurs on private land, so access can change, but people have used this area for years. This last one is just a little smaller than the Arboretum in size, but on the opposite side of town. On the north side of Moscow, off of North Polk Extension, behind Lola Clyde Park, which is right here, you'll find all of these great walking paths. This is the Palouse Nature Center. Here, you get acres of mowed grass and dirt through open grasslands, pine rows, and a little orchard. There isn't much shade, but it's super peaceful on the grassy hills under a wide open sky. Those are all the primary paths in Moscow, Idaho, so next time you're looking for an in-town nature walk, you know where to go. And if you're a little unfamiliar with Moscow or learning about Moscow, you can see that these are everywhere in town. Regardless of what area of town or neighborhood you end up in, there's most likely going to be something close. If you're already thinking about moving to Moscow or have questions about the area, I hope these videos are helpful, and I'd love to be a personal resource for you. This is my phone number. You can shoot me a text or give me a call, shoot me an email, or you can scan the QR code and we can hop on a Zoom call. We'd love to get connected. And if you're looking for more information on Moscow, we put out new videos every week about what it's like to live here. Check out either of these 2 videos on the channel. We're your one-stop shop for everything you need to know about living in Moscow, Idaho.